Hi, my name is Emmy. I'm neurodivergent, autistic, late diagnosed, and I wanted to share with you 3 ways to tell if someone is your friend or fan slash foe. Number 1 is copying or mirroring. So a lot of the times when you want to become friends with someone, it's actually natural, normal, and healthy to sort of copy their behavior, but it becomes a bit more insidious when it becomes sort of the lifestyle of the other person. But it also becomes more insidious when it gets into studying you and copying your behavior, such as the places that you go. For example, if you go to the beach, or you go to Apple Pick, or you go to a mall, right? Documenting going to the same places as you. Again, maybe not an immediate red flag. Maybe seems a little bit paranoid to say that there's bad intentions behind it. We can also see mirroring and copying in mannerisms such as the speech patterns, laughing. But we can also see it in hobbies. So that's why I always preach, be careful what you share to people. Because if you share that you're really invested in something, then someone who maybe is more of a fan or a foe might try to steal that energy from you. And this is actually something known as an evil eye. That kind of blends into my next point, which is information seeking. So a lot of the times in my past, before I was diagnosed, I would sort of just think that people were asking what I was doing or what I was up to. But a lot of the times, people are information seeking so that they can sabotage things or so that they can monitor how well you do in a new situation. And a lot of the times, these people will seek out information about what's upsetting you or hurting you so that they can suddenly make your life more stressful, so that they can suddenly make your baseline level of stress higher. And then when you react or lash out, then they get to play the role of victim, which no one likes more than an energy vampire. A lot of people, I believe, do this unconsciously, but again, that might be giving benefit of the doubt. But I think a lot of people do learn this from manipulative, narcissistic parents or bosses, or they just do it because they're bored and lonely and pathetic. And the last and third way I would say keep your eyes peeled for is boundary pressing, and this is particularly insidious, especially with girls. And the reason I say that is because men, a lot of the times they communicate, or they're trained sociologically, especially in America, to be more combative, to be more aggressive, to be more direct in the way that they communicate. But women, we're taught to be demure, we're taught to be passive aggressive, we're not taught to never, first of all, even get in touch with our emotions, but then also to express those or verbalize those or stick up for ourselves. That's seen as being a bitch, that's seen as masculine, and I reject all of that. But again, we can start with the physical. Sitting too close, touching too close. But we can also talk non-physical, but still physical. Invading space, two objects or closer that are not both of your objects, and you repeatedly move the other object of the other person's away, and it still ends up somehow back, right? That's indirect, passive-aggressive boundary pushing, taking up time of your day to notice that that's space invasion, right? A boundary pushing. It's still taking up time and energy for you emotionally to be like, oh, wait, what the fuck? Why is that in my space, right? And then you still have to control your emotions, which at the end of the day is still energy put out. I want to end on this boundary pushing that a lot of us have trouble emphasizing or even realizing that's happening to us. When a person is expressing unfiltered, especially a woman, how they feel, I am going to use language that I want to use, you are going to use language that you want to use. But when there's a person involved who's an energy vampire and they cannot stand that you are 100% yourself, that you express yourself the way you want to be, that you are unfiltered, and that you have the confidence to bring yourself 100% to the table, oh boy, that triggers them. And the number one way that people push boundaries as an energy vampire is controlling what you say and how you say it. Number one way, you say something that maybe isn't sugar-coated, right? You express a boundary, hard, firm boundary. And there's no there's no maybes, there's no, I'm not sure if you meant it that way. No, it's completely unfiltered. They're gonna say, well, you didn't have to say it that way. Or why did you say it that way? That was a weird thing to say. If you've ever heard these terms, it's definitely boundary pushing by a weaker person. So definitely make sure you don't let it get to you. Don't acknowledge them, don't give them anything, cut them off completely. No energy for you.